Today's video is sponsored by Manscaped.com. Well, I'm dead. Hi Gremlins, it's me, Bussy, and welcome back to Hot or Rat. And today we'll be reviewing, dissecting, and analyzing the newly announced cast from Canada's Drag Race vs. the World. But first, I'd like to propose we all enter this vs. the World season with a fresh perspective. I think a large portion of the fan base left UK vs. the World with a sour taste in their mouth, which wasn't just from Lemon's elimination, but more so from having an expectation on that season that it was going to be something it ultimately was never meant to be. Even I approached it originally thinking, great, this is All Stars, but with a more worldly cast. And I wrongly assumed in the tradition of All Stars, we'd get a mostly fair competition with maybe one or two, at the most, shocking twists. But my god, did those girls go for the jugular when it came to those eliminations. Sent home Lemon, Pangina sent home Jimbo, Blue then sent home Pangina, Juju sent home Janie, and then RuPaul herself was ejected directly from the judging panel and into the North Atlantic Ocean. The cast of UK vs. the World broke the more recent All Stars tradition of voting off queens that were likely to get the boot either way, with one of the top two queens holding a lipstick chosen by the majority of the rest of the group, pressuring the other queen to vote in line with them, and returns to the original All Stars cutthroat roots. In result, UK vs. the World became more a showcase not of raw talent, but of the queen's individual Lord of the Flies-like thirst to make it to the top. And after all, as Naomi said, life's not fair. And it's often more exciting that way. Drag Race certainly is. So I say, instead of watching Canada vs. the World through the lens of this queen deserves this or that title, because it probably won't happen, I say let's watch it through the reality TV lens we should and hope the queens give us some good, unforgettable TV moments. So with that said, today we'll be ranking these drag boogie wonderland promo looks from raddest rat to hottest hot. And as we go through the cast, I'll be talking a little bit about my perspective on why they're there and what they'll be bringing to this season. But first, boo! I know, I look scary, but my pumpkins are looking and feeling like a treat this fall thanks to the Lawnmower 4.0 by Manscaped. It's my favorite grooming product of all time and capable of taking on even the thickest furs with ease. It's electric, waterproof, and features skin-safe technology to reduce grooming accidents. You can use it with no guard for the shortest trim, or keep your hide a little longer with multiple detachable guard options. And it's even got a built-in LED light to help you see exactly where you're trick-or-treating. And make sure to order the lawnmower as part of the Platinum Package 4.0. You'll also get the Weed Whacker nose and ear hair trimmer, the Crop Preserver ball deodorant, Crop Reviver ball spray, body wash, the aluminum-free deodorant, and Manscaped's 2-in-1 shampoo conditioner. Plus, a treat for your wallet. When you click the link in the description of my video to visit manscapes.com/bussy, you'll get 20% off your order plus free international shipping. Oh, and by the way, when you order the Platinum Package 4.0, you'll also get 2 free gifts: Manscaped boxers and shed travel bag. Just use promo code Bussy when you shop at manscapes.com. Thanks Manscaped for sponsoring today's video and keeping my pumpkin patch presentable. Now, let's boogie. At the bottom of my list tonight, I hope y'all are ready for thirds, it's Silky, Nutmeg, Ganache. So in this cast, Silky is a very seasoned competitor, while the double entendre there too, leaving no crumbs. And as a reminder, neither did Silky when we watched her win 5 lip syncs in a row, almost getting her into the final 4 of All Star 6 the last time she was on our TV. Plus, let's not forget she originally placed 3rd in season 11, which, let's not gloss over, I think is an interesting point to talk about because she's got this prior relationship with Brooke as a peer competitor from season 11 that could play out in many different ways this time around. Will Brooke hold certain expectations to Silky, for example, because of that relationship? Or will other competitors on this season maybe see that prior relationship as some sort of advantage and then use it against her? They will, after all, be the ones deciding eliminations every week in that lip sync format. Only time will tell, I suppose. Now let's take a look at her promo look for Canada vs. the World. Firstly, I think her makeup and hair are absolutely stunning. It's definitely giving disco boogie with that bright gold shiny color on the bodysuit. However, the shiny gold color is definitely giving disco boogie wonderland, and I like the concept for the look, giving homage to the hair pick, which was popular because of all the afro hairstyles in that 70s era. Plus, she's got a fun little Silky Nutmeg Ganache branding element on her boot, which is fun. But the execution of her concept, I think, leaves a little bit to be desired. There doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason as to why she has picked placements for these hair picks. It would have been nice to see her maybe string some of them together to create a belt, or use them as a necklace accessory somehow, breaking some pieces apart, or put one in her hair. And for someone who's done this several times already, I was a little surprised to see see her go comparatively low effort. But this look could also be very intentional. Silky's a very smart queen, and she knows how to get people talking. In the meantime, I'm gonna give this look a and next up, Miss Rita Baga, who is our only Canada's Drag Race Season 1 representation, where she finished as a runner-up with 3 wins in the Canada Themed Design Challenge, the Fashion Out of Garbage Design Challenge, and the Branding Commercial Challenge. And you'll notice as we go through this cast, most of the queens have very recently appeared on our screens. She is the one exception here. However, she's also not an exception here because she's about to appear on our screens hosting Drag Race Belgium. And her casting in particular, I think, is a great way for the franchise to get her name out there again in anticipation of this upcoming spinoff. I think it also puts her in a really interesting place, in a way lighting the fire under her ass, because she kind of has to look good on this season to lend credibility to her judging ability. But concerning her look for this promo, I think it's definitely a departure from who she introduced us to back on Canada Season 1. Back then she was going for this more otherworldly alien queen aesthetic, which we could see in her promo, several of her runways, and even her finale look. Here we've got a much more human Baga. I think the tassels are fun, the movement in the look is great, and definitely says disco. Plus her hair is a good style reference to that Farrah Fawcett cut popular in the era. That said, I don't really care for this look, but I would say it's more a personal preference of style than anything else. I think she tried something bold with that asymmetric leg cut that didn't end up working out well. It looks like safari shorts over there, where I think she really should have been looking a little more glamazon. And the hair, while in a pretty style, I think needed a bit more volume to it to complement her bigger painted makeup features. So this look for me, it's a rot. Next up, self-named royalty, it's Stephanie Prince. She hails from season 2 of Canada's Drag Race, where I felt that she had a lot more to show. What she did show though on the runway was very memorable. Her Circus Berserkus look, Design Challenge Couture, and finale gown were all gorgeous. For as good as she was on the runway though, I think she was a product of not doing good enough or making a big enough name for herself in the challenges early on. And here her promo look is pretty. I think the silhouette she created is interesting. I like the fun fluffy shoulders and feather hoop around the middle of the outfit that she's created, and it's definitely giving disco with the bell bottoms, but for me it's missing a wow factor. When I think of disco, I think of bright lights, sequins, and shiny things. Oh my. And this look, for as saturated as the pink color it's made out of is just kind of dull. I want more sparkle, I want more shine. So yeah, I'm gonna leave this look with a and next up, the other gender. Kendall Gender. So Miss Kendall finished as a runner-up on season 2 of Canada's Drag Race, which brings up the point of her competing against Icesis Couture, who won that season. This, in a way, gives Kendall a chance to re-challenge Icesis for that crown, if we look at this season like a traditional Drag Race season, but again, I don't think we should. Or at least I don't think we should look at Kendall's casting alongside Icesis as taking away credibility from Ices's win. This is a showcase, a battle royale, and they could butt heads, or, more interestingly, I think, form an alliance as being 2 queens from the same season. After all, I think they make an interesting duo as a pair. Kendall won the Roast Challenge, where Icesis won the Design Challenge. From the ashes of her failure to claim the season 2 crown. That was dramatic. And for what it is, I think it's a really great dance performance costume, which kind of is another thing that Kendall does really well. She is an excellent performer. So the style of this makes a lot of sense for her. That said, concerning the disco theme, it feels a little more on the ice skater realm of style, or perhaps a little cabaret with those giant feathers behind her. But for what the look is, I like it, and I'm gonna give it a And next up, pitch a tent because the camp is here. It's Anita Wigl'it. And this will be, I think, many fans around the world's first introduction to a very funny, talented, and interesting queen. She's from New Zealand and originally competed on Drag Race Down Under season 1, where she was eliminated very early after winning Snatch Game. I'm still bitter about that. Not to mention, she also hosted a show called House of Drag with Kid Amin before she was on Drag Race. So she's kind of a TV veteran in that way, and I think will bring an interesting level of professionalism and experience to this competition. Her promo look, I actually really enjoy. The design elements of that black vinyl piece, it looks like, giving that swirly pattern on the waist and coming on the sleeves and such, I think is very reminiscent of the 70s era. And I absolutely love the giant blonde afro. I think Anita 100% tapped into that boogie wonderland idea and showcased her own personal style in this look. Shake your groove thing. This look is hot. And next up, a vision in purple and yellow. It's Rajah Ohara. So I saw a lot of mixed reactions to her and Silky's casting online. Some were saying it was just too soon to see this pair again, having just enjoyed them on All-Star 6 where Rajah finished a runner-up, and as the only US representation no less. And I'll say there are definitely plenty of other queens who maybe would have liked the opportunity to compete on this battle royale. Queens, for example, who haven't even had a second chance. And I can definitely understand those points, but I want to clarify why I think these two were a perfect casting pair for this season. Firstly, their names are current, topical, and they were both received well at the end of it all on All-Star 6, after having not been received too well on season 11. So because of their star power, they will inevitably pull more audience eyes to this series, which is good for everyone. Plus, this is the third season where they'll be competing together, which, similar to the Icesis and Kendall situation, could create an alliance or rivalry situation. Plus, there's the Brooke dynamic that we talked about with Silky, and not only will there be interesting opportunities for drama between them, but I think amongst the other queens as well. If either of them end up in the bottom because they are fan favorites and arguably the most well-known names of this cast, it will be a very tough decision to send one of them home, provided of course they're in the bottom. Now, onto the look. In the makeup department, she looks airbrushed, gorgeous, radiant, beautiful. I love her giant purple afro, bringing in the purple branding element into this season, and the silhouette she's got here beautifully complements her body. I love all the contrast of those highly saturated colors playing against the nude fabric that she has got on the other parts of the outfit, and there's sequins and rhinestones where there should be and shouldn't be. Ow, ow. She's rhinestoned her kitty, and hopefully it doesn't splitty. This look is hot. Next up, the lip sync assassin of RuPaul's Drag Race UK Season 3. It's Vanity Milan, who, you'll remember, has not one, not two, but 3 lip sync wins from her season that brought her all the way to the Final 4. And all that lip syncing experience, should she find herself in the top of this competition one of the weeks, will definitely come in her favor. Her Entertainment Weekly quote for this promo is, "Black, proud, and stunning, my drag journey has always been about inclusivity and empowerment for our communities, and that's on what? Period." And this look, oh my god, is it the most adorable look of this entire cast. It is so cute. She 100% hit the boogie theme with the disco ball dress that she's wearing, gorgeous. And I absolutely adore all the butterflies in the wig and adorning her heels. Thankfully not live butterflies. Plus, I think she stands out being the only one to go all silver with the look. This disco ball is ready to get the party started. I'm gonna give this look a hot. Next up, heavy is the wig that wears a crown. It's Icesis Couture. So Icesis obviously has a lot on the line here, having just won Canada's Drag Race Season 2. And the fact that she's competing against 2 of her own Season 2 cast members is gaggaroni macaroni. But just like the Silky and Rajah casting, look around. What are people talking about? They're talking about these controversial casting decisions. WoW is generating free promo for the Canada franchise as a whole, and this spin-off specifically, just through clever casting choices. With a crown on her head, she's got more than enough reason to make tough elimination decisions. And as a look queen, we know she's going to be bringing killer runway looks, making people talk every single week. I mean, do you remember what she just wore for the Season 3 finale? Wow. She also tweeted about all the fans talking about her controversial casting decision, saying this, "Y'all do realize I can still be on an all-winner season, right? Y'all stay confused, LOL. The more House of Couture on your TV, the better. Like honestly, because you lose Drag Race several times, the fans welcome you with open arms on several seasons, but you win and it's a no? LOL, y'all kill me with that I did also see some people saying they wish WoW would have saved Icesis for an all-winners season, because now that's a thing. But I don't think that possibility is ruled out. Again, these Versus the World seasons are going to be bite-sized little fun TV chunks, and there also won't be an all-winners season for probably quite a longer while. So until then, this is great exposure for her. And she also said, "How about a little tea? I didn't know there was an all-winners season. I was already gone, you guys, LOL. Also, they didn't ask me." Now onto her couture look, something she's made a name of, literally. Every runway on her season both brought and made the hair was beautiful. And remember, she won the design and ball challenges. The asymmetric neckline is really classy, the fabric texture has great contrast, and she looks so expensive with all the sparkles and feathers and tassels. The movement of everything is really great, down to the rhinestone heel. Big Bird thinks she's slick, and this look is hot. And finally, at the tippity top of my disco boogie wonderland heaven, we've got Victoria Scone. Well, I suppose she was Scone, but now she's back. Victoria's back! And of course, everyone expected Victoria to return to Season 4 of Drag Race UK after her early medical disqualification on Season 3. Something I think that completely threw the producers for a loop that season and broke the hearts of fans everywhere. But what you're gonna get, Victoria Scone on Season 4, is not necessarily what what you're gonna get. Victoria Scone on Canada's versus the world. Because why? Conflama. Conflict and drama. She's been doing press interviews since season 3 was airing, talking about how she did not have an invite to return for season 4. Clearly, the franchise had bigger plans for her. And in general, I will point out, Drag Race does seem to be breaking the tradition of inviting back contestants who were injured or left their seasons early. For example, we also know Cornbread, as revealed by her a long time ago now, was not invited to compete on season 15. But seeing Victoria here, I think, is going to be really fun because she's got a lot to prove. And as she points out in her Meet the Queens promo, she is very much a wild card of this cast. And I think her wild card status plus the other queens looking favorably on her because they want to give her another chance will really help her out in this competition. Who knows? But let's talk about this look. This look is at the top of my list tonight because this is high drag mama. She's giving us a larger than life silhouette with this crazy hourglass corset, huge bell-bottom pants, and giant feathers all across the top. It's fabulous with a capital F. I think she nailed all the style elements of the disco boogie era: shininess, movement, big hair, attitude, personality, and she did it all through the lens of Victoria Scone. This is her style in the disco boogie wonderland era, and I absolutely love this look. It's hot. I also put her at the top of my list because I think she gave one of the best Meet the Queens promos. She seems galvanized, ready to take chances or not take chances, and just excited to be there. She's giving winner. I also can't help but bring up Brooke looks absolutely stunning. She's in this new era of style and beauty she's bringing from season 3 of Canada's Drag Race, and wow, hot, hot, hot. So that's the cast, their looks, and why I think they were all great casting decisions. I'm excited for this season and can't wait to see what happens. But there are still some question marks. I think we don't know if there's gonna be a huge cash prize, weekly cash tips, or even if the actual lip sync format's going to be the same as UK versus the world. But we do know this cast got to see what happened on UK versus the world, so I'm sure that they'll come in already playing mind games. Can't wait. I also asked my patrons tonight to vote for their hottest hot over on patreon.com/BussyQueen. That's my members only website where my members get exclusive member benefits like early access to my videos, access to exclusive videos, access to the Bussy Queen Discord server, and more, and they voted for Icesis Couture. And finally, I want to say thanks so much to you for watching today's video, and I want to give you a reminder, I've turned on channel memberships. You can click join right next to the subscribe button, which you should also press, to help support the channel and get exclusive channel benefits like flame emojis next to your name when you leave comments on my videos, and even your name in the description of my video at the bus driver tier. Beep, beep. I also want to give an extra special shout out to Aiden the Individual, Asa Pakel, Ashley Brungart, Cyrus, Dicky, Felicia, Frankie, Hector Simancas, Jeffrey Steenberg, Joseph, Kyle, Laura, Passat, Louis Labrador, Luke Peterson, Mark James, Matthew Burns, Matto, Michelle, Your Bell, Miss F, Neely, Sailor, Stephen, Joe for Travis Lundy, Really, and Will and Tana, who are all supporting me at my Bussy Queen Collector tier over at patreon.com. See y'all later. Love ya. Bye.